Hello everybody, welcome back to another video on the ChaddyTheChump channel, and today it is my boxing awards for 2025, a big year for boxing, and it was a very good year. A lot of moments delivered, some special moments, right? In British boxing, I mean, we had 3 stadium shows in British boxing. You know, that is unheard of. In 1 year, 3 stadium shows, incredible. And it was truly a great year. Some good American cards also delivered. Japanese boxing as well, coming out even more. So it was a truly great year, and we are going to be giving our awards out. So let's get right into it. Just before we start, I do want to give my condolences out to the family and those affected by the incident that happened a couple days ago with Anthony Joshua, of course, being involved in a car crash, and 2 members, Sinner and Lats, who are his training team and are a part of his training team and help him in such big fights, of course, passed away. So I do want to give my condolences out to those affected, and also hope that AJ has a speedy recovery. Okay, now let's get things started then with the awards, and my first category is Fight of the Year. This is a very important category because we watch fights all year round and we're always looking for that best fight and just a great dust up, a great clash of styles and everything else. So the Fight of the Year category is super important, and my nominees for this category are as followed: Eubank vs Ben 1, Boazzi vs Smith, Wardley vs Parker, and Beterbiev vs Bivol 2. So yes, some big fights, right? Some very good fights, right? Beterbiev Bivol, obviously a technical masterclass of a fight, right? Whereas you've got, you know, Eubank versus Ben, which of course was an unbelievable fight where they just went to war. And Boazzi vs Smith as well, they went to war in that one, very much so. And Wardley versus Parker, again, another insane war. So all of these somewhat do deserve it, but only one gets the award, and the winner of Fight of the Year is Eubank versus Ben 1. Yes, I mean, it deserves it. It was an absolutely insane fight. The build-up, everything, it led to that, and it really delivered. So that is why it is my Fight of the Year. The next category I'm going to be doing is Fight Card of the Year. This is, again, an extremely important award, right? Because a fight card, a night like that, it creates massive memories and just overall an unbelievable night. And everyone wants every fight on a card to be great, but usually you don't get that. However, these ones were truly special. So the Fight Card of the Year nominations are Ring 3, Ring 4, Beterbiev vs Bivol 2, The Last Crescendo, and Eubank versus Ben 2. So all of these cards were very good from top to bottom. Eubank Ben 2, you know, you had an insanely good fight, Jack Catchwell versus Echo Asuman, Adam Azim on it as well, and you know, some British title fights as well on that undercard. You had The Last Crescendo, which was an absolutely insane card, but did get hurt because of some pullouts. Then you had the 2 Ring magazine cards which I've got on here, which is Ring 3, which was in New York, headlined by Hamza Shiraz versus Berlanga. Also Shakur Stevenson versus William Zepeda on that card. That was truly a special card. And Ring 4, which was headlined by Anthony Yarde, David Benavidez, and that was so stacked, you know, with Devin Haney versus Brian Norman, Bam Rodriguez, Abdullah Mason versus Sam Noakes. It was a truly exceptional card. But the winner of Fight Card of the Year is Ring Magazine 4. I just said it then, that card was literally the pinnacle of greatness. It was only over a month ago, but every fight, the 4 main fights, were truly exceptional. Every single one of them delivered in their own way, and it was just an amazing card. The next category is Trainer of the Year. This is a very important one as well, because a fighter isn't a fighter without a trainer helping him get through that fight camp, telling him what to do. So trainers are very important, right, in boxing, and this award is a very important one as well. So the nominees for Trainer of the Year are Bo Mack, Andy Lee, Ben Davison and Robert Garcia. All very important trainers. Robert Garcia, with, those Mexican fighters like Bam Rodriguez. Ben Davison, obviously the main one is Moses Atoma, which, of course, that is the star boy, right, of British boxing coming up. And he has had some great wins, also trained Shabazz Masood as well. And Andy Lee, again, right, Joseph Parker, a little bit disappointing. He got the win against Bacoli, but he didn't quite get the win against Wadley, but also training Ben Whittaker and Brian McIntyre, who, of course, trained Crawford in that win against Canelo, also training Shakur Stevenson as well. And with that, the winner of Trainer of the Year is Bo Mack. The Crawford win was just truly exceptional. It was an unbelievable performance. Shakur Stevenson, as well as the sideline, which not many people talk about, that again was an unbelievable performance from Shakur Stevenson, and just truly a great trainer. The next category is Boxing Promotion of the Year. Now, a boxing promotion again is important. These guys make the fights happen, and similar to this, imagine this is promotion and promoter, because a promoter kind of makes a promotion. I know there are a lot of other people involved, but a promoter is sort of the face of the promotion, like Eddie Earn is the face of Matchroom, and Frank Warren is the face of Queensberry, etc. So Promotion of the Year nominees are Matchroom, Queensberry, PBC and Most Valuable Promotions. All of these, have put on some huge events, right? Matchroom, of course, put on the 2 Eubank versus Ben fights, plus, these, being a part of course, these Riyadh cards as well, also putting on, like Bam Rodriguez fights and huge British boxing shows. And also another nominee, Queensberry, which they've had a very good year, of course, controlling the heavyweight division. And then the American, promotions which are in this PBC have had a good year as well. I mean, they've just put on a very good card, which was headlined by Pitbull versus Lamont Roach, and also, putting on, the Tank fight earlier on in the year, also being involved in the Riyadh season. And then MVP, right, who've put on, these big Netflix fights, right? They put on that all-women's boxing card, Netflix, Jake Paul on Netflix. So they are also in this category because of that. But the winner of Promotion of the Year does go to Queensberry Promotions, right? Frank Warren, he has done amazing this year, right? And the whole team there have done amazing. They have put on some huge cards, Usyk versus Dubois in Wembley being the real big one, but also just stacked cards top to bottom, right? They put on, the all light heavyweight card. They also did that Itoma thing, which is a pretty big one, since Itoma is now the biggest prospect in the UK, and he is going to sell out the Co-op Live next month. and just putting on some huge fights. They've got loads of talent, you know, Anthony Kakache, Nick Ball they've got so many, and that's why they have won this award, because of the insane year they have had. Okay, the next category is KO of the year. Everyone likes seeing knockouts, and this is the award for that, the best one this year. So the nominees are Usyk against Dubois, Brian Norman Jr. versus Sasaki, Itoma versus Balogun, and Wardley versus Hooney. All of these knockouts were very good. The Wardley Hooney one, more so for the moment, the fact he was down on the scorecards. And then you've got the Brian Norman Jr. versus Sasaki, which was just a very brutal knockout that was so clean. The Usyk versus Dubois one was, you know, technical masterclass, you know, to avoid that massive shot from Dubois and then to hit him back with one. That was a very good knockout. And then you have Itoma versus Balogun, where Itoma was on the back foot and he knocked him out on the back foot, which was pretty crazy. But the winner of this award goes to Brian Norman Jr. against Sasaki. This knockout was just so clean. It was an amazing knockout, and it definitely deserves knockout of the year. Okay, now we're into the fighters of the year, and starting off with the female fighter of the year. The 4 nominations are Alicia Baumgardner, Clarissa Shields, Katie Taylor, and Alif Noor Turam. Now, you know, these women all did very well this year. Turam got that insane win, you know, just this month, right? And also Alicia Baumgardner also got a win just over a week ago, which was a very good one. And she has fought consistently this year. Clarissa Shields as well, also having some amazing fights this year, even headlining in arenas, selling a lots of tickets. And Katie Taylor becoming 2-time undisputed champion by beating Amanda Serrano. So these women did very well this year, but the winner can only be one, which is Katie Taylor. You know, that all-women's card was very good. The fact she headlined that in Madison Square Garden and beat Amanda Serrano for the 3rd time. She's truly a great in women's boxing, and she definitely deserves this award for Female Fighter of the Year. Now, finally, the biggest award, which is Male Fighter of the Year. Yes, the top dog in boxing, and this guy is going to get it. Whoever the winner was, who has done the very best this year. You know, consistency can be an involvement, also unbelievable wins. So, the nominees are Naoya Inoue, Fabio Wardley, Terence Crawford, and Alexander Usyk. All of these guys did very well this year. Usyk got that big win against Dubois, which was a shutout performance from Usyk. And you've got Terence Crawford beating Canelo Alvarez in what wasn't a knockout but was a technical boxing masterclass, you know, with the help of Bo Mack, who has already won Trainer of the Year. And then you've got Fabio Wardley, who of course won the world title this year. He beat Joseph Parker. He come down 10 rounds against Justin Hooney. And then finally you've got Naoya Inoue, who got 4 wins this year. 4 wins. Very good stuff. But the winner for Male Fighter of the Year from ChaddyTheChump, drumroll please, is Fabio Wardley. Yes, Fabio wins the award, right? Some may complain, some may say it in a way. The truth is, it's Fabio, right? And the reason for that is the story, right? 9 rounds down against Hooney, got the knockout, and then nobody believed he could beat Joseph Parker. Yet he managed it, he beat Parker, and then he becomes world champion in the WBO division. The only other world champion except from Usyk, and he did that. The story's incredible, right? All these guys might have deserved it, but let's be real, Usyk only one fight, right? Same with Terence Crawford, right? It was a good win against Canelo, but it was the only one fight. And in a way, yes, won 4 fights, but not against unbelievable names. Guys better than him, right? It weren't Hunter Nakatani, was it? It was only guys who were in the lower ranks than him, which, you know, I'm not going to blame him for that because he is a very high ranked, he's number 1, you know, in his division, so he can only really face mandatories. But for me, the year for Fabio has just been so good, so he deserves the reward. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching my Boxing of the Year awards. It has been an incredible year again, so thanks for watching and have a happy new year, and I'll see you next year. See ya, bye.